Fefe. How are you? Great. I'm so glad to see you. Please, have a seat. So, it has been what? It's been a little over a month actually since you and I last spoke. How have you been doing overall? I know great right now, but overall, how have you, like, everything that we've discussed, all the things that we planned on doing, how's the new boyfriend, all of those things. Can you tell me? Oh, okay. Decided that the boyfriend was not a good fit, huh? Okay, that's fine. And that's completely normal. Okay, so it's okay. I'm sorry things didn't work out, but there's plenty of fairies out in the world, honey. Plenty. Okay, so don't you worry. And then as far as your hut goes, how's your fairy hut going? Your hut is back to normal. You don't have a hole or anything. That's great. I'm very grateful for that for you. And then your wings. I see that your wings are just fluttering full swing right now. You look great, Fifi. You really do. Okay, so all of the potions and everything, do they seem like they're working? That's great to hear. Oh, I'm so glad. And you don't even, oh, see, you don't even need that pixie dust, do you? You did it all on your own. I'm so proud of you. I love it for you. And you've been exercising too, huh? I think that's lovely. That's great. Oh, flying over in a different forest area. Oh, fairy flight land. Oh, you've been learning more flying tricks, huh? I love it. Fairy flight land is great. They really help you expand your wings and you can fly so much smoother over there. That was a great, great choice. It really was. So that's why you've been doing so great. You were over there. You've been learning to expand your wings. Fifi, you are an independent fairy and you're doing great. I'm really proud of you. So, what else? Let's see. Last time, how's the anxiety? You don't feel stressed? That's great news too. Because you were having a flight problem, so that's why you went to the flight. Oh, I'm so proud of you. So you've built up courage, didn't even need a potion. See there. See, you had courage all this time. I'm so proud of you. You took steps and you went and you flew on your own. I am so proud. I can't. And you got a fairy girlfriend too. Aww. So now you've got a flying buddy to hang out with. That's great. That really. Oh, she adds a little spice to your life. I've got a few friends that add some spice to my life too. So I'm very grateful for those friends. You hold on to that fairy friend tight. This is great. Fifi, I am so happy for you. Really, I am. So, when you left last, we talked about how you were having some sister problems, correct? talk about those a little bit. And I also have a lot of little trinkets and things I want to give you before we leave today, okay? But I really want to get to your sister because I feel like this is something we need to unpack. And I don't want it to be unbothered for you. So, I mean, it's your sister, right? So maybe she's not the best fairy there is. But she's your sister, right? And don't let her bad behaviors influence you. She has to work through them, and she has to want to change herself, okay? When fairies are acting out of their fairy sorts, it's not really our job, your job, right? It's not your job to make her change, because you can't make somebody change, right? So, hear this. You just tell her that you love her and that you're there to support her, and you can do what you can, but you can only help so much before you put yourself down, okay? And you're already flying so high right now. I don't want you to be grounded, okay? We want to keep you up in the highest trees possible. So you make sure that you set boundaries between you and your sister, okay? You have to know when to be there for her, and you have to know when to fly away from the situation, okay? So I know her actions and what she's doing right now are not the healthiest for fairies like her. And hopefully in time, things will change. Do they change for every fairy? No, they don't. But I think in the case of your sister, I think she's got a good chance. Can I promise? No. But in time, when she sees what things she's doing to herself, and then how she's hurting others, such as yourself, hopefully maybe she'll start to see and hear and understand that her actions are not suitable for fairy land. Okay? Now, I have programs and I have all sorts of things and information I can give you to give to your sister. This is not a recommendation like she has to do this, but you can show her the paperwork for her options for things that she can do to change her life. But it is ultimately up to her to make the change. All you can do is be support, okay? But don't let it bring you back down to the ground. Remember, you are not a grounded fairy. You are a soaring fairy, okay? So I'm going to give you some stuff, and actually, I think it'll benefit even you. So yeah, so I'm going to give you some stuff to take home for personal care, and you can show your sister too, okay? Okay, so first things first. Don't laugh. You're gonna laugh. I know you are. Alright. I've got fairy camp. Okay? Fairy camp. See that? Fairy camp. Okay. So, fairy camp would be a great place for her to go. She will make fairy friends, such as these two here, okay? And they will help, and they will be her assistant, like, kind of like they would be her elders. Every fairy gets two, just so that way, in case if they fall, there's two of them there to help lift her up. That's all it is. It's really a safety precaution, and they watch over her, and they make sure everything's okay, and all that kind of stuff. So, definitely want fairy elders. Okay, and then these two, okay, so this little friend right here would be her, what is it, this friend here, right here, this friend would be kind of like what I am to you, the fairy counselor, okay? And she'll always have somebody to talk to. And then this one right here is the counselor's assistant. So, believe me, I wish I had an assistant. And then she is going to learn about how important this little guy is to our forest flowers, because they are so important to Fairyland's ecosystem. Okay, so we must teach her how important those little bees are to our ecosystem's flowers, because without them pollinating, fairies wouldn't have the delicious goodness that they do. And we want to make sure that Fairyland will forever have delicious goodness. You know that, right? Good. Okay. So, there are also things that Fairy Camp wants to teach fairies about, and that's fairy treasures. So, fairy treasures she will learn about are the things that actually more so exist in the human world, not so much fairy world, but these are the things that humans love and they lose all the time. Like, let's take into example these glasses, right? Right, glasses. So, I have mine, and they're always with me, and I don't know why other humans can't find their glasses, but they're always on the top of their head, always. And you'll see a human walk 5 miles looking for their glasses. And I'm going to tell you, it'll be the most exercise you'll ever see a human do, looking for their glasses. So, these are treasures because they're so valuable. They make humans go crazy when they can't find them, right? So, you definitely want to make sure that, you have glasses. And then you've got other things that humans tend to lose that are treasures. And that would be this, like the pen, and then lipstick. I don't know how anybody can lose lipstick. I couldn't leave my house without lipstick. And then these little things, so paper clips, and then gotta have your cell phone. Humans lose their cell phones. Thank goodness you can yell and cry out for them in the human world. And then there's these little cup things right here that humans love to put water in. I don't get it. Fairies, they just go and they pull a leaf down and drink right from the leaves. But to the human world, these are treasures. People don't typically leave their home without them. So these are just some things that your sister should be aware of that are treasures that are important to humans, you know? And then there are special keepsakes. And these are things that bring meaning to humans and fairies alike. Like, let's talk about the heart, right? It sounds like your sister needs to understand what her heart is, right? Because she's got one. I'm sure she does. And so we just need to help her find it, right? So the heart is important, right? The heart. And then it's nice to have some flowers for keepsakes in your home. And then the moon and the stars. Nope, sorry, not the stars. That's actually a sun. Can you see that? The sun. Yep, the sun. And then little love notes. And then there's snowflakes, because if you can capture a snowflake, definitely hold on to it and don't let it go. And what else is in here? And then a little bit of luck. Definitely want to hold on to those. Okay, so these keepsakes, you know, humans sometimes take them for granted, right? Now, I show you these things because they're going to be important to your sister's heart at some point. She's going to start to value more things such as this, because the moon and the sun, right? So when she learns about how important these are and how much they give her nutrition, like the sun gives her vitamin D, and the moon provides light at night for her to see. So in time, while she's at camp, if she decides to go, she will learn about how special these things are to enhance her life, and she will want to enjoy them more. So at camp, they show them how important these things are and how you should cherish and keep them to your heart, right? And that's really where I'm going with all this, because these are items like, you know, like this plant that we have here. It's nice to have a plant in your own home to take care of and to nurture, something like that. And it would be great for her to have a plant at some point in life. And then maybe love notes. Maybe at some point she would get to have a partner in life, and she'll start valuing love notes. Or if you send her a note or something like that, and then that way she'll keep it, and she'll have a keepsake, right, to hold on to that she received from somebody that she loves. So little things like this we take for granted, and then while being at camp, you relearn about stuff like this. So, I want to also show you that she will have some of these friends, and they will hang out with her. You know, they will be there supporting her, and they will be there in her dark moments, and they won't let her be alone. Yeah, I think she is going, if we can't force her, but if she really wants to make some change, I think this would be a great start for her. Okay, and I'm going to leave you with that pamphlet to take to your sister, okay? So, for you, I have this lovely fairy journal. Okay. It's specially designed for fairies. So you got your travel page. You got some memories. Another blank page for you to write on. Okay. A little travel page so you can write down where you've been and what you've been doing. Some more. Look at those pages. You got a dream catcher in there, right? So dream catcher, you put all your dreams in the dream catcher. Okay. And then we got some more writing pages that shows our friends. Okay. Some more. And then over here, I would call this my goals list. I would put some goals here. And then when you fill up the book, then at the end, you can see if you met all your goals, right? I think this would be super great for you to start out with. Okay. So there's that. And then now I have some treasure, well, not really treasures, but some things to help you along too. So I thought about, so we have a fairy shop here. You've been there. Okay. So you know all about the fairy shop. You know that there's some jewelry, and you know that there's all kinds of items in there, right? That's great. You've even ordered from there, really? Oh, great. So you're well aware, right? Great. So I found this, and I thought of you. I thought, yeah. So this is from the mushroom collection. All these little mushrooms, these little fairy mushrooms. You know, Mary the fairy. Mary runs the shop. Okay. So Mary the fairy, she made this. Is it not too cool? She loves to hang out in the mushroom garden, and she just collects mushrooms, and she just makes necklaces for the shop. It's her little hobby. So I got that for you to wear. And then I have eye problems too, so this time of year, for some reason, I've been going through a major allergy problem. And I know that a lot of fairies, when we're high in flight, there's some stuff that tends to go in the eyes, it gets irritating, and I know I use these for myself. So I wanted to make sure that you had some too. So these help the eyes. These are really nice wipes. Okay. They're really nice. They're extra large wipes. Actually, let's open one up. Let's open one up right now. I have more I'll give you, but I want you to see how great these wipes are. So, look how big. Okay, these are great. These are the biggest eye wipes I've seen. Now I know that you as a fairy, it may be a bit much, but I'm going to tell you. These things are almost the size of a regular human wipe. Please, please make sure that you keep these on stock for your eyes because they work great, okay? And I think you're going to benefit from them in the long haul, okay? So, I have the wipes. I'll get you a few more on your way out, okay? Where else? Furniture. Okay, so hear me out. I thought you would love these because you can stack them and rearrange them, and they are nicely chopped wooden blocks. Are they not nice? Right? Absolutely divine. So I saw him and I said she would love him. So fairy blocks. Yep, fairy blocks are a thing. So I think you can stack these, you can rearrange them, you can make a chair out of them, you can make a shelf out of them. I mean, the possibilities of these blocks are endless, right? They're just endless. And I think these are going to last you a really long time. They're treated. And you're not going to have any, nope, you won't have perfectly healthy wooden blocks that I think you're going to love. Okay? So, I'm going to send you home with these wooden blocks, and then you can rearrange your furniture, okay? I think it's a super cute container, right? I love it. Okay, so there's your wooden blocks, and then what else do we have? So, we have something extra for you, and this I think you're really going to love, because it is fairy money. Yep, fairy money. So, in fairyland, as you know, we use stones, and these are a lovely bundle of stones. They are, I forgot what, they're what are these? They're pearl stones. So these are pretty valuable, and they'll get you a lot of stuff, so you don't be handing out your pearl stones, okay? So I've got 2 strands of these for you, okay? If you ever need any money, so now you're not like, you won't be without food, and you'll have something, some kind of a little cushion. So I worked with the social worker department with them for you on that. And then you've got buttons. Every fairy needs to have some buttons, because buttons help with trading. So you use those buttons and you trade with other fairies for items. I don't know what it is about buttons and fairies, but they seem to go together all the time, and if you use those buttons, you can swap and trade just about anything with a fairy for buttons. So buttons are a must, fairyland. And then what else? Oh, I also have a roll of cotton for you, okay? So you need the cotton, because the last time you and I talked a while back, I remember something about needing cotton, right? I think this should be just enough for you. Oh, it was for your bedding. Yep, you're right. So for your bedding, so I have this for you for your bedding now, okay? So I'm gonna make sure we'll put that to your pile. Okay, and then what else? Oh, so here's one of my favorite products too. Something I use in my water because I don't drink enough, and I know you guys are constantly in flight, and I think that this would benefit you for your overall health. And it comes in a nice small little bottle, so you can tuck it away and hide it when you want to and take it with you. It's a product called Buoy. So Buoy's products caters to people who have like certain autoimmune diseases, or just athletes that need some salt intake for their electrolytes. And so Buoy has some great products. And let me tell you a little bit about Buoy. So I really love the energy drops. So if you wanted to, we can replace the pixie dust for some Buoy drops, right? Because it's a little bit of an energy boost. So you can go this route. Definitely an all-natural thing. I use them when I'm really rough. But, only when you really need a boost of energy. And then these are the rescue drops. So it's kind of like, I would say maybe the equivalent of maybe times 4. So you get like 4 times the amount of electrolytes in one of these containers, which is why it's called rescue drops. Just a lot more in there. And then there's one for brain health. And so Buoy also gives you a package. All of what I'm showing you is what was in the package, other than another little bag that came with. So we can get you set up on a little package deal too. This was the immunity. Okay, so for your immune system. Here's another one. These are strictly hydration drops. Right? Strictly hydration drops. Okay. And then these are the digestive drops. These I've been using. And then there's some rescue salt. Really love the rescue salt because you can even sprinkle it on some food if you want. You don't necessarily have to put it in something to drink. And then Bowie also gives you something I haven't even tried. This was just a little extra. Something called magnesium. Good for your digestive system. It's just a bunch of herbs all in a package. It came with another one, but I have already used that one out of my package. However, if you get your own package, I'll order you one. When you get yours, you're going to get another bag like this. And then you're also going to get a little mini tote. And then you'll have one other extra item in that bag. And what else? Nope, that's it. That's all you'll get from Bowie if, well, I'm going to submit for you to get a supplies. So that way it'll help with your overall health too, okay? So Bowie's gonna be a product that you're gonna love, I promise. What else? Okay, so we talked about your sister, okay? And all of your ailments are great. You're doing great. You're taking steps that are even more than what I even suggested for you. And I think you're doing fabulous, Fefe. I really do. You are just soaring and you look beautiful. Okay, your wings are fluttering. I love this for you, Fefe. I really, really do. So I hope you're lifting up other fairies, right? That's great. It really is. What are we... So, tell me what happened about the relationship. Oh. Yeah, I would have left that too. Never. I'm glad I... Forget it. You are right. You are better off on your own. I agree. Yep. So, you're a single fairy now. You can go and fly around and hang out with whatever fairy you want to hang out with now. I think this is great. And you got a new fairy friend, so you won't be alone. Fefe, I'm so proud of you. You took all these necessary steps to get your life together and to feel better. And you're killing it out in the fairy world, honey. You really are. I'm so proud of you. And then your sister, you understand that you can't be the one to change her. She has to want to change all on her own, but hopefully in time she will, Some don't change, and that's hard truth. They just don't want to. And then there's others that do, and they really, really put in the work. then hopefully she will want to go down that path. I would invite you to invite her to this camp and see if it'll make a difference for her life, okay? So, do we think we need to have another session? I know, I really think you're doing great. I think what we'll do is instead of coming once a month, you come maybe once every 3 months. How does that sound? Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to make a note that you're going to come here. Right? So 1 times 3 months. Okay? And then we are scheduled. Okay? I'll make these notes. Do a little adjustments. Okay. And then, let's see. We will. So I'll see you again in a couple months, right? And I mean, if you need me, you call me anytime. We'll set something up. If there's a crisis, you have the fairy hotline, and that's 24 hours, 7 days a week. So if ever there's a crisis that you're going through, you call that fairy hotline, and they'll patch you through to somebody all anytime, whenever, okay? You use that if you need to. And then your sister, you know what to do with that situation now. I'm so proud of you. I really am, Fefe. It's been such a journey with you so far, and I'm so proud of you. All these wonderful changes you're doing all on your own to get support and to support others even too. I think you're doing great, honey. You are. You're doing a great job. So I'll see you in a few months, and really, if you need anything, you just call and we'll chat or set something up. Okay? So I guess I'll be seeing you soon. Alright, Fefe. I'll catch you somewhere down the line, and I'll see you in just a few months, honey. Okay? Okay. It was great to see you again, and I'll catch you later.